there, lovelies! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Caroline from Meaningful Blog, and today I am going to be setting up this bad boy. It is real thick. This is my new, I'm actually holding it upside down. This is my new Plum paper planner, and I got it disc punched, so it came deconstructed. And in this video, you're going to get to see me put it together, and then we will also do a flip through of the first month, the first week, and the add-ons that I got. I got the, I don't even know, social media and medical add-ons, so we'll flip through those as well. Obviously, the first thing that I need to do before starting the planner and setting it up is to open it. So I used my house key because all of my crafting scissors and everything are still in the kitchen from the move. And when you open up your Plum paper planner box, you get this card that says Plum paper, personalized for you by you. On the back it says, let's embark on this journey together. It thanks you for using their planner, lets you know that they have a blog to check out, and then at the bottom there is 15% off the monthly sticker kit and talks about some new products. Then it was time to get the planner out of the box, and oh my gosh, this is so thick. This is the chunkiest planner I have ever had. That first card let me know about the type of paper the cover is made out of, and the second one reminded me to post photos on Instagram using hashtag #WinPlumPaper. Then I got my jar of discs out, and I very quickly, as I said, saw how thick this planner is. So I decided to use my big Happy Planner expander discs. I took off the plastic covers because I hate them. This is something that Plum paper adds to protect the cover, but I don't really think that it's needed. It just adds a bunch of annoyance, for me at least. Then I pulled out the 9 discs that I'm going to be using and started popping them into the cover. Again, I took off that plastic, and I did end up throwing that away because I just have no interest in it. And then I started from the back and went to the front of the planner. It's just easier for me. You can obviously start with the front. You can do whatever. So I started with the pocket that all Plum paper planners come with. Then I ordered these super cute color code stickers that are in the same color scheme as the planner, so I popped those in the back as well. And then because this is a disc planner, Plum paper only punches the paper for you. It does not provide you with discs, so you have to assemble the planner yourself. And for that reason, it comes deconstructed with the dividers separate. So I pulled out my old planner, and I wanted to get my meals kit and my home kit that I had in my last planner. I didn't really use them, so I decided to just move them over to this planner instead of buying more. At the way back of my planner, I put the medical section, and we'll flip through that in a little bit. We'll actually flip through all of these except for the meals and home. We will flip through that is in another video. Next, I had to figure out what all of these extras are and where they go. So I've got the medical stuff, and I flipped that all the way to the back and put that in. I wasn't super in love with how these were punched. I felt like a lot of them were a little bit haphazard and a little jagged. Next, I have the social media section. So this is what I'm using for planning my Instagram content and my TikTok content. And then it came with a budget section, and I was very confused because I didn't remember what I'd ordered this for, and I just didn't totally understand because there were also some like blog pages, but I didn't want to use the blog pages because I'm not blogging anymore. So for the time being, I took these out and I put them separate, but after I filmed this video, I looked through them a little bit closer and I did keep some of the budget pages. And then we got to December. So I have 3 different monthly add-ons that I put dispersed throughout the planner. So I looked for those for the previous month, I guess. And then this is the daily planner, which is why every section is so thick. So that's how I was able to figure out what goes where and what stops when. And then I put my December divider. And now I do this for the next several months. Or I guess the previous several months. This is a July 2022 to December 2022 planner. And I started in December, so I'm going backwards. October. So now we're working on September. And then I realized I forgot to put my divider. So I quickly did that before I put in August. And July. And then these last few pages are the 2022 calendar and just some like notes pages. And then this is for 2023, so I put that at the back. And I also I think, maybe not, planners come with extra notes pages at the end, but I think you choose what you wanted, so I wanted dot grid. And then I had these budget pages and I still wasn't sure what I was supposed to do with them, so I just tried to figure out what I wanted to do with them. Because as you can see, these are advertising, sponsorship, and reviews, but the way that they were on the pages, I don't know. I was just really confused for a few minutes. So really confused. So I decided to just put those aside and I dealt with them later. Comment below if you want me to do like a YouTube short or a TikTok video about what these pages actually are and which ones I kept in my planner. So now I pulled back my old planner, which I also loved. This is also from Plum Paper, and it was also 6 months, but it was a weekly spread instead of a daily spread. So that was just the difference in thickness. And what I'm actually thinking about doing is taking all of the extras at the end, the meal planning, the budget, the home, and the social media, and the medical. I'm thinking about taking all of those out and putting them into a separate planner to thin this one out. So this is my July spread, and then this is my daily spread. So I have 3 boxes at the top. I have personal, a meaningful blog, and home. And then I have a tentative schedule, which I wanted to keep that word tentative because I have a hard time when I hourly plan. I get so roped into it and I have to be perfect. But tentative reminds me that I don't have to be perfect. And then I have a self check-in, a can-do list, a must-do list. So I have to do my must-dos before I do my can-dos, and then an upcoming reminder section. And then this is one of the add-ons. So I have a reflection. This is for every month, so it asks me a few questions, like the best way, what my emotional and mental states were, and then some goals that I had and how I can better reach them, like what went well and what went wrong. And then this is the monthly cleaning page, and so there's 6 sections. There's kitchen, living room. I'm not really looking at it, and this is like way too zoomed out, and I apologize. And then the back has empty, so you can like do whatever you want. And then there are 5 weeks in the habit tracker, and then some questions to reflect on. So those are all of my months. And then let's go to my additional pages. So this social media at the top, it has a posting guide, but I don't use Facebook and I don't use Pinterest or Twitter. I, however, do use TikTok and Instagram, but I don't post that much. So I think that's interesting. And then it gave me some hashtag ideas. And then on the back, I can set my intentions for my social media and look at competitors and the strengths and the weaknesses. And the right page has a section for my 3 major social media goals. So if you just go straight down the column, so my media goal 1, and then my monthly steps for media goal 1, and then my daily steps to achieve those goals. And then there's a box that says goal completed on, and I can write the date that I finally reached that goal. This is an overview by month, so each section I put the month and then the date and the promotion that I'm doing. So there are 12 single-sided pages for this monthly planning sheet, so important dates and holidays, and then I can brainstorm and the finalized campaigns. So like I said, there are 12, so it's for the whole year, but I only got 6 months. But, whatever. I can just use those 2 for my next planner. Here I have 6 single-sided pages of 2 campaigns, so on each page. So the title, the description, the goals of the campaign, and then how many posts and likes and the engagement, and there's 2 of those for each page. I chose not to go over the meals and home section because I already have that in another video, so I'll link that down below. The biggest thing I noticed for this medical section is that it's not for somebody who's chronically ill. For example, at the bottom of that page, there's hospitalizations and surgeries. I've had 8, surgeries, and there were only 7 lines. Then there's 2 pages of appointments for the 12 months. Again, I don't think I'll really use this page. Then there's contacts and equipment cleaning log. I think the equipment cleaning log could be good for people with chronic illnesses, but the next page of prescription information definitely is not, because it says start and end date, but I will never end these things. I will always take them. And then the medication tracker, I also don't feel is enough. As somebody who has taken medicine her whole life and who has had several open heart surgeries, I just don't feel like it's great. The last page was a symptoms tracker, which I think has enough room for some people with chronic illness, but not all of them. And this page I find freaking hilarious. There are only spaces for 6 questions per appointment. And that's not normal. And then there's this blood pressure page, which I was confused by. I'm not sure what SBP and DPB are, but I know what BPM is. And then these are my stickers and the last few pages. So I know I went through that kind of quickly. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, make sure to give a thumbs up and click the subscribe button. If you would like a discount for Plum paper, comment your email down below and I'll make sure to get you one. Stay lovely and have a meaningful day.